You had to add in the music from Jeopardy while we think. Okay.
I'm wearing sunglasses because I want to. Welcome to our wrestling episode of the Leah Lee Show podcast.
Welcome, huh?
This is going to be a whole wrestling episode. We're going to mix them, have wrestling always integrated into our Leah and Lee Show podcast episodes. But I think I'm going to separate them. We're going to dedicate whole episodes to one of our loves, pro wrestling, and then we will have regular episodes as well. So let's get into some WWE stuff.
Let's do it.
There are major injuries that I think are greatly going to be impacting the stories moving forward, especially SummerSlam.
Yeah, Bret Hart.
SummerSlam.
He took one to the neck.
Bret Hart? Why are we talking about Bret Hart?
We're talking about injuries.
Talking about the recent injuries in the current WWE roster. Not injuries from 1,000 years ago before I even watched wrestling.
What happened to Pat McAfee?
Last thing I read was that he, I think, was just pooped. I think he was just tired. The reasoning coming out into the public that he just needed a break. He was tired from his schedule of, I guess, the WWE schedule and all the other jobs that he has. Because he
has his own show.
Well, he has his own. Oh, it's not just a podcast. He has an actual show on
his podcast is a show. They film it and then they put it on ESPN.
Right, ESPN was what I was trying to think of. I didn't expect it to be this long. This is a lot. I mean, I like Corey Graves. Corey Graves is doing a phenomenal job, if you ask me. But I still like Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to move Corey Graves to SmackDown, Joe Tessitore to something else, and then McAfee needs to be back with Cole.
Because Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, they have, I mean, him and Corey Graves seem to banter okay, and they've been entertaining and funny. But I think Michael Cole and Pat McAfee just have something a little extra together, even though Corey Graves as an announcer is still really good.
Yeah, I agree. You want to talk about Seth Rollins?
Well, during our last podcast, I don't think Liv hurt herself. I don't think we talked about that because
I don't remember.
I don't think we've done a podcast. We're going to get better. We promise. We're going to get better. These episodes are going to come out once a week. Hopefully. Anyways, Liv hurt herself, which I think hurts what's her face's Nikki Bella's storyline. And plus Liv was in, I think, one or two other storylines.
It hurt everything to do with Evolution.
Oh, and the Judgment Day, the belts, the women's tag team belts, because her and Raquel had the tag team belts, and now Roxanne, they've just sort of given it to her, but she has to defend it tonight at Revolution. Or Evolution. It
really kind of screwed up everything with the Judgment Day, because the Finn Balor breaking them up from within thing is kind of on hold, because that had pretty much gone full throttle. He was slowly doing little things here and there to break them up, but ever since she's gone, he's kind of back to being the lead role of the Judgment Day. So who knows what's going to happen with that if she comes back anytime soon.
Yeah, because also there was this whole thing with Finn was maybe trying to break up Liv and Dom by using Roxanne.
Which sucks, because that to me was the best part of Raw. That was funny.
Yeah, the whole Finn doing sneaky stuff within the Judgment Day against Liv and Dom and kind of Raquel, and it was it was fun.
I think their original plans was for Nikki and Brie to wrestle for the belts at Evolution
against Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, I think that was going to be the big marquee match. But it was the only thing they had really built at all for Evolution. Evolution has been so hodgepodge thrown together. Like, there's no story behind anything but the triple threat match with Becky and the other two. I'm blanking on
We're
the
not.
names right now.
Uh,
Lyra
who is it?
Valkyrie, Lyra Valkyrie,
and Bailey.
and Bailey. Yeah, that's the only.
Oh my God, what's her name?
Lyra Valkyrie.
Lyra Valkyrie.
That's the
Bailey.
only match in this entire card that's been built. I guess maybe Naomi and Jade a little bit, but the rest of them have just been. I'm picking you. I'm picking you. We're gonna wrestle, and here's a battle royal. That's the whole thing. There's no story behind anything.
I'm trying not to talk over you because I realize I do that sometimes in the podcast and in life in general. Life. I have anxiety. It's not my fault. Anyways, what was I going to say? See, that's why I have to talk. That's why I have to talk as soon as I think of something, because then I forget instantly, because I'm 47 and I can't retain memories as well as I could before. Who is it? Rhea and Io. That's kind of a build-up, but they haven't built up like not that really. Big of a rivalry.
Io beat her back.
You're doing it to me. I didn't finish.
Well, the whole rivalry has been Io beat her. We haven't seen Io since she basically won that match. And this is going to be her first time really defending it. Except for WrestleMania.
Has she had one match?
Nope. Not since WrestleMania.
Why
she
has
beat
Io
Rhea.
Not had any title defenses or really any matches that I can think of? She's had like backstage
she's had run-ins.
Conversations. It's weird. It's weird that someone with a title has had barely been in the ring.
It makes no sense because she's a brilliant wrestler.
I love watching Io.
And then the other injury is from last night, Seth Rollins.
Oh, last night's and during Saturday night's main event, Seth Rollins injured his knee.
His frickin' knee.
I'm going to assume it's the same knee. Or I don't know if both of his knees give him problems.
He hurt the same. Well, if it's the same knee, he hurt the same knee doing the exact same move before.
It was just a flip, and he landed on it.
It's a
flipped
moonsault.
And landed on his. He lands on his feet.
Yeah, it's a missed moonsault. So they roll out of the way. He lands on his feet. And that's exactly what he did when he hurt it the last time he was out. It was the exact same thing. It was a moonsault, and I don't know who he was wrestling. I can't remember, but that person rolled out of the way, and he messed up his MCL.
I don't know how much longer he can do this. If he just lands on his feet and he hurt himself that bad, then he may not be able to do this much longer.
He needs to take that move out of his repertoire. And anything where he's going to be landing on his feet like that, because, I mean, evidently the knee is bad.
Now, this, I think, is going to also, I mean, those writers, because this is going to screw up some major storylines, too. Like, the people who make the decisions for the stories and the writers and whoever else, if it's,
this is why they need to stop having a show every week.
Yeah.
This is why they need to stop having a show every week. Because now they don't have time to build without them. Because SummerSlam is in 2 weeks.
Is it 2? Oh,
it's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks from today.
I thought it was like 3 weeks. 2 weeks away.
It's two weeks from last night and today, because it's going to be two nights. And what's the match is going to be? The only match that we know of
is Cody and
Cena. And
that was by our
and
guesses.
Tiffany and Jade.
Our guesses, I don't know if it's anyone else's guesses because I haven't seen or heard, but our guesses were that like Cody was going to win against Cena, and then Seth was going to come in, cash in his Money in the Bank and get the title from Cody.
Yeah.
That was our guess. But if his knee is really bad, because I don't know if they've come out how long he's going to be out, how bad the injury was.
They won't know for a few days.
So if he can't be at SummerSlam, like, there's no other story.
Not really.
No other major story except for Seth cashing in, and that's when we thought maybe Roman would show up and maybe screw it up for Seth. And
for me, what I thought was going to happen, what made sense to me, is everybody was talking about him cashing in on Gunther last night, or when is he going to cash in on Gunther? I don't think he ever was. To me, that's not the story they need to tell. The story they needed to tell was him turning on Cody. And they've already planted the seeds for that when they had that stare down.
Cody? Seth?
Because Seth helped them win in WrestleMania 40. They went to war against Roman and The Rock and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. And then since then, they haven't really crossed paths, except whenever Seth almost cashed in Night of Champions, all that crazy mess that happened. That
Yeah.
at the end of Night of Champions, they had their little stare down. So to me, that indicated right then and there that he wasn't going to cash in on Gunther. He was going to shock everybody and cash in on Cody when Cody beats Cena at SummerSlam.
Dude.
So is Cody going to beat Cena?
And like, are they going to have to give Money in the Bank to somebody else now?
They've talked about it on some other podcasts that we listen to or whatever, where they might have a new Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. That doesn't make any sense because he has a year to cash it in. Surely he's not going to be gone a year. Who this really either helps or hurts is the Brons.
Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker.
Yeah, because Bron Breakker, if you ask me, Bron Breakker was kind of losing a little bit of his luster in Seth's shadow, a little bit.
By joining the Paul Heyman group.
Yeah, like to me, that I don't want to call him mystique because there's no mystique. He did just the badassery, I guess is what you would want to say. It kind of took away from him a little bit. Like it just didn't. I get where they were going with it. I'm sure they were going to build up to where Braun turned on Seth and took the belt from him. Maybe at Mania, maybe at SummerSlam next year. That was going to be the big turn and build for Braun. But I think he kind of lost. He kind of got lost in the wash a little bit. So this may actually work out for the better for him because it's going to leave Paul Heyman to build those two up. And the one you're going to have to build is Bron Breakker. Bronson Reed is great, but he's not a main title card type of guy. He's somewhere in the middle there. Maybe that's what they do. They have everything, the emphasis be put on him. They build around him. Then when Seth comes back, there's some jealousy. Then you get a double turn of Braun being the bad guy and Seth being the good guy in that situation, or vice versa.
It's still going to suck, though, for SummerSlam, because even if they incorporate Bron Breakker into whatever Seth maybe was supposed to do, it's not going to mean as much. Even though Bron Breakker is amazing, that's not the point. He wasn't the main character of this particular story, so it's not going to mean, it's not going to, we're not going to feel as much about it.
And the thing is again, they've got to stop with so many PLEs. They have no time to build towards SummerSlam, and they've got 2 nights to fill with matches.
That's right. SummerSlam's going to be 2 nights this year yeah, instead of just one as it usually is.
And they haven't been building anything at all. Okay. Cody and Cena and Jade and Tiffany. And I'm sorry, but the Jade and Tiffany match, I love Tiffany, but Jade doesn't need to be a headline main event.
She needs
that.
I want to be invested in Jade, but she needs some more in-ring skills.
Yeah,
she needs to go back to NXT. She needs to get some more training at the Performance Center because some of her in-ring skills are lacking, unfortunately. She's a great character. She's a great look. But girl, she needs she needs some more in-ring skills.
You know what they should have done? I should have been a WWE writer. They should have had Becky and her be the 2 women in Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins' faction. Because she could have been building up through that.
As much as I love my Cody, that match with Cody and Cena, if it didn't have Seth and like the whole like more drama added to it, that's not going to be. And unless also, because this is another rumor, even though you don't think it's going to happen for a long time,
it's not going to happen.
Cody, what if Cody turns heel, and then that's when John Cena turns back to face at SummerSlam?
It's just not going to happen. He brings them too much of this. They're not going to give up the money that comes with all the kids wanting Cody Rhodes shirts.
But Cody Rhodes even said himself that The Rock wanted him to turn heel a long time ago.
Yeah, and TKO said, hell no, we want the money.
The thing is, I feel there's going to be so many little kids that will cry their eyes out if Cody Rhodes
That's why you gotta wait.
Heel.
You gotta wait till he gets
so
old.
Huge. Like, I mean, there's adults like myself that love him too, but there's so many little boys out there who adore this man, who would be devastated to see him turn heel.
He's too big. It's too fresh. It's too big for the kids right now. A couple of years from now, when the kids have somebody else to lean on, but the problem is you have somebody on the level of what John Cena was, the natural good guy that everybody loves, except for all the internet haters.
Yeah, but trolls. No one cares about them.
Yeah. Everybody else, he's the once in a generation. He's your Hulk Hogan. He's your John Cena, Stone Cold. I mean, he's not on their level, but he's that for this era.
Yeah.
So they're not going to give up the guy that's making all the money, bringing in all of the vodka deals and all of that stuff, selling all the T-shirts to the kids. It's just not going to happen.
Jackets, like you keep seeing his coat or his jacket, whatever, is all over the place.
Mm-hmm. It's just not going to happen. If it ever was going to happen, this is their opportunity to like totally swerve everybody because you needed the heel. But they're just not going to sacrifice Cody Rhodes so that John Cena can come out the good guy in the end.
It scares me even more now that if Seth can't be there for SummerSlam, what they're going to try to figure out to like swerve everybody.
Your bad guy's probably going to, I mean,
like, are they still like,
they're going to
like Roman Reigns pop up and do some shady shit? Or
Roman Reigns would be a good heel to lean on. He's naturally better as a heel. Mm-hmm. He had the heel tendencies going into WrestleMania where he was punking on Punk. So you got him potentially. They gotta build up Drew McIntyre. They build him up. He is your heel. He's a great heel because he's funny and everybody loves him. Those are the kind of heels that work.
He didn't say it on a show. It would have been funny if he had said it during a show, but I guess in an interview for some magazine, he said that if you want to get pushed in the WWE, change your last name to Fatu, which it's funny and true, kind of true. And I love the Fatus. I love that family, the Usos and the Fatus. But
they're fun.
But there are other people that need to be pushed as well.
If you're going to push one of them, you got to push Jacob to the moon.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu. That's the star. Jacob is great on the mic. He's great in the ring. He's got the it factor, whatever that is that people talk about. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one you get behind. But the only other person I can think of that they're going to have to make a heel, and it's going to suck because I like Punk in the role he's in right now.
No, make CM Punk a heel.
They're going to have to make Punk a heel.
But isn't he always like the ones that like teeter in between?
See, that's what I like is whenever he's in this, you don't know whether he's the good guy or the bad guy role. It lets him run his mouth and say all the awesome stuff he says without having to purely lean on being a heel or a face.
Before I forget, real quick, let's talk about those commercials that we have to suffer through every time we watch a WWE television show even on Netflix, on NBC, on Peacock, whatever it is. Yeah. We have personally been victimized by the amount of commercials and advertisements that we have to sit there through.
Yeah. They come back from a commercial, you see a body slam, somebody runs the rope, and then they cut to commercial. It's
like even last night, like it was Goldberg's final match. He was giving a speech at the end and they cut him off.
Yeah. I'm not a Goldberg guy, but that was just wrong. And I thank God they put what he said on YouTube, because it would, I mean, it wasn't, an earth-shattering speech, but it was at least kind of moving. He gave his
Still,
speech,
it was the
but
guy's last
yeah,
thing. To me, it doesn't matter what they did or didn't do during their career. If they're giving them a last match for them to like officially retire, give them the respect.
On top of all of that, it's only a matter of time before Cody Rhodes has Slim Jim tattooed on his neck.
Yes.
Like,
why Slim
everywhere
Jim,
you look, Slim Jim
Slim Jim is on the tables now that they slam into.
and then Fireball ladders, and I mean, it's everywhere you look. There's some sort of advertisement. I get you got to make your money,
and I'm
but
assuming it's TKO
it's TKO.
making these decisions. Like stop. What are you doing? Just stop it, because you're just annoying the hell out of people. Like, I'm pretty sure you make enough money that you don't have to fill a WWE, episode of whatever with 10,000 commercials. You miss huge chunks of the matches that you're wanting to watch.
I noticed last night, Saturday night's main event, they were setting up a huge spot. It was the Solo and Jimmy match. They were going to do something pretty big. I can't remember now exactly how it was going down or not, but they were around the announce table, and they were setting up for either like a leap from the turnbuckles to crush the table or something like that. But the referee grabbed Solo to say, "Hey, we're at commercial." You could tell that's what happened. So you could say what you want to say about Vince McMahon. He lost touch with the booking. He lost touch with reality, and what he did was gross. I mean, assuming, this all goes the way it looks like it's going, and he did what he did. It's
nasty.
It's just
nasty.
Horrible things that he did. But you got to give the man his due. At least there were some things that were sacred.
And he kept the prices down lower to go see a show.
He kept it to where the fans could afford to go to the shows, and he kept the ring mat itself sacred. Sure, the logo, the WWE logo, I can live with that. But I don't need to see Netflix, Slim Jim,
Fireball,
Hulu, Fortnite, all of that garbage on the ring mat.
And Snickers. Last night it was the movie, the new Naked Gun movie was on the mat.
Something else I've kind of noticed too is it seems like they have gotten their roots into all the podcasts. Like with the Undertaker's podcast, 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway.
Mm-hmm.
Up until just recently, it was him and Matt. And they kind of did whatever they wanted to. They talked about whatever they wanted to. But now all of a sudden, it's Taker and Michelle McCool. And now WWE is pushing it. So did they buy out his podcast now? You got Cody's got one. Stephanie's got one.
Was Undertaker's podcast always on the WWE?
Nope.
YouTube channel?
No, that's what I'm talking about. It was his own channel. I'm sure he had complete say over everything. What I liked about that is that it was just him being himself, talking about whatever they wanted to talk about. Little insights into the business in a way, which I'm sure was killing Taker to do, but it was real. Now I'm afraid that they're going to have say in what he can say and what he can't say, who he can talk to, who he can't talk to.
I didn't even think about that because I didn't know how many podcasts that they had before. I didn't even realize that like Undertaker's wasn't on WWE before, but
no, it was his own channel.
What else did I want to talk about? Oh, the Jelly Roll match. How do we feel about that? Because now it's SummerSlam. It's going to be Jelly Roll and Randy Orton against Logan Paul and
Drew
McIntyre. And we love us some Drew McIntyre and some Randy Orton. We're fine with Logan Paul. His in-skill, people hate him because of his internet shenanigans, I guess, from years ago, but he has in-ring skills. Sorry, people. Logan Paul has in-ring skills. But this whole Jelly Roll you know what? And it's nothing against Jelly Roll. But this whole incorporating singers and actors or whoever, other famous people that have nothing to do with, that aren't wrestlers.
That nobody wants. Nobody wanted Travis Scott. Nobody wanted Jelly Roll. You want to bring him in to sing a song so that people will pay to come and see him?
Love it.
Sure.
Love it.
Sure. I want wrestling.
And it's just, to me, it's a little unfair because that spot could go to these underutilized, underused, whatever you want to say.
You know who it could go to?
Wrestlers. Austin Theory.
Karrion Kross.
Even Carmelo. I like Carmelo has skills in the ring.
I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks either.
Yeah, where's Carmelo? Carmelo hasn't been on TV in a hot minute. Why not? Why aren't you pushing? And people love all three of them. Why aren't we pushing them? Why aren't we giving them the spot to be Randy Orton's teammate? You're
wasting either one great match for SummerSlam and Drew and Randy, or you're wasting two matches that could be Drew and somebody else and Randy and somebody else.
I mean, I've heard that he was doing some in-ring practicing, but come on, it's still not going to be that great of a match. And it just really bugs me. It bugs me that that they're not using more of the other wrestlers that should be used for, and then using the Jelly Roll for a spot that Austin Theory or Karrion Kross or Carmelo or whoever else I can't think of at the moment should have that spot and that match instead. And that's all I have to say about that.
Honestly, I'm going to say it too. Like, they're doing the same thing with Nikki Bella. Nobody wanted her to come back. But at least they stuck her in the Battle Royal instead of giving her own match. I mean, it sucks, but that is one good thing that came out of Liv getting hurt. Just don't care about the Bellas anymore. That was 20 years ago. I didn't care about them then. They were fun to look at, but they were terrible in the ring.
They were fun to look at. They were fun to look at, ladies and gentlemen.
That is what they brought to WWE. I'm sorry, but they just were not that great in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Guess we'll wait and see how exciting Evolution is tonight.
Maybe they'll throw us a curveball and Naomi will cash in on that. That would be different.
I don't think, because nobody's either no one's going to be really watching. I mean, apparently there's hardly any tickets that were sold. So are they really, I don't think they're going to do a cash in.
You know what they had to do? They had to give everybody that went to Saturday night's main event, if they had a seat that hadn't been sold for Evolution, they automatically got that seat. They gave them that seat. Yeah, that must be.
That's nice.
A nice come up. And it sucks because the women are so good nowadays.
Yeah, the women are really good, but
they tend to be the better matches.
They didn't build any story for Evolution. Whoever's job that is, y'all dropped the ball, and that's kind of a disrespect to all of the really great women that are on the roster right now.
Goes back to what I was saying a while ago. You gotta stop having PLEs every other weekend because there's no build. There's no excitement for the PLE. It's just another episode of Raw is all it amounts to anymore.
Yeah.
It's every 2 weeks you got some major event that you got to build in 2 weeks, and it just takes away from. Sure, they don't have to wrestle as much as they used to under McMahon because McMahon had them wrestling 3 or 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week even. The product is better and worse all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so much better for the talent, and we're getting better stories when we get them. I mean, it's almost to the point where, like, I don't even care. Like, there's sometimes where I just don't care what happens, and I almost want to just look online. Yeah, Cody won. Yeah.
No, we're still going to watch.
No, we're going to watch.
We're still going to watch.
But it's just...
Hush your face.
The last time that wrestling was good, Well, the last time that everything lined up and was perfect was WrestleMania 40. The build going into that was great. They listened to the fans. They gave them what they wanted. They vetoed the whole Rock versus Roman thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to be one of the best WrestleManias ever. But this year's Mania,
Terrible.
you had a couple of great matches, and then the rest of it sucked. And ever since then, almost every PLE that's come on every other day really hasn't had that much hype behind it. The hype has been behind anything CM Punk is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's happening with CM Punk, that's what's the main draw.
Yeah, and even when CM Punk doesn't show up, they're still chanting his name. Well, if you have stuck with us this far, please.
I guess we're not running through our predictions for tonight, are we?
Predict for
we
what?
We pretty much did. I mean,
I don't know who's. I don't know that I care. Maybe I want Rhea to finally win against Io.
Rhea or Io? It's going to be Rhea.
Bailey. I want Bailey.
I want Becky to win. I think Becky's gonna win.
You think Becky?
I think you're gonna have Bailey and Lyra.
Bailey hasn't won anything in so long. I want her to win something.
Well, yeah, I agree. But they're gonna have Bailey and Lyra cancel each other out. Becky's gonna win. She'll go on to somebody else, and then you're gonna have Lyra and Bailey at SummerSlam.
Okay,
that's what's gonna happen. In my opinion, that's what's gonna happen with that one. Rhea's gonna go over. I can't see them not putting Rhea over, because you want her the champ going into SummerSlam, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Jade and Naomi, I don't really care, but I'm sure it's going to be Jade, because Naomi has the case.
So
losing's not going to hurt her. Bianca, I'm sure, is going to do something to affect the outcome. Maybe a heel turn from her. Yeah, Tiffany's going to win. They're not going to put the belt on Trish, especially going into SummerSlam. You're going into SummerSlam against Jade. You're going to need Tiffany to carry the match. The Battle Royale with pretty much everybody else. Who you got on that? Who's
involved?
Pretty much everybody else.
Hell, I don't know. Like every other female that's everybody in WWE?
Else. Every other woman, plus some from the past.
Is it going to be Nikki Bella?
God, I hope not.
It might be, because according to what I've heard from her, she's going to be sticking around for a hot minute.
I'm begging them to give it to the girl with the devil horns.
Oh, Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie Vaquer, yeah.
Stephanie Vaquer.
I hope it's her, because she's awesome.
What would be really awesome? I don't think so, though. But if Liv was healed enough by the time in 2 weeks, because she's had her surgery already.
Nah.
Was that going to be like? That's probably going to be like 6 months.
She's out till she's probably going to be like a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble or something.
Mm-hmm.
She might be back in time for Mania. It's a pretty serious injury.
It would have been awesome for her to be able to show up in SummerSlam, but yeah, it probably won't happen.
We've been going for an hour though, so we got to stop.
Yep. So please like, subscribe, follow along the podcast. You can watch us on our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called World of Wilsons, and we have our podcast, The Leah Lee Show, available on that channel to watch, and you can listen wherever podcasts are available.
On YouTube, everything will be linked below or in the corners. Have you figured out how to do
that yet? In the description.
Okay.
You can find the links to everything in the description. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.
Deuces.